Now, if you suffered with constant fighting, tension, emotional shutdown in your relationship, and you just don't know what to do, you don't know how to stop the arguing, stop all of the division, listen, I am going to share a quote from my book, Deciding to Love. This is going to help you with whatever you're dealing with right now when it comes to being in an argumentative relationship. Here's the quote. I realized that my past trauma was one of the main reasons my mind was so focused on everything my husband wasn't doing right. Those past traumas were blocking me from receiving and enjoying the blessings. The truth is, even if you are surrounded by all the love, joy, health, and peace you could ever desire, but you are filled with hurt, pain, and resentment, your life experience will feel void of all the present blessings in your life. Trauma does not go away just because your traumatic experience is over. Trauma often leaves a blueprint on your mind, and that blueprint acts as a guide that impacts your experience. I wrote this book to help relationships. I actually co-authored this book with my husband. We've been married for over 21 years. And when I tell you, when we wrote this book, this was after I think we had just celebrated 16 years of marriage or something like that. And we had went through a rough time in our marriage, and we wrote this book to help other couples. Deciding to Love, turn your argumentative, frustrating, painful relationship into an understanding, healthy, happy, loving relationship. What we do in this book is we break down the real meaning and the real reasons why relationships feel exhausting and why they feel tough and why people say, oh, marriage is not for everybody and all of these other things and like marriage don't work or whatever. We wrote this book because we found out that's not the truth. All of the myths, all of the stereotypes, but you can actually move from a frustrating, disagreeing relationship to understanding each other. And you can do that in love and without losing yourself. This may blow your mind, but whether you know it or not, you can love someone deeply and still destroy the relationship with your words. And you may be thinking, well, how? If you love that person, why would you destroy the relationship? Why would the relationship isn't love enough? No, it's when it comes to long-term relationships, you have to have more than love. You have to also have respect. You have to respect each other. You have to honor each other. And so if you're disrespecting your partner, if you are calling them names, if you are just disrespectful towards them and your behavior, that can destroy your relationship. If your words are mean and hurtful, that can impact your relationship. This book, Deciding to Love, we broke down damage that comes with unmanaged emotions and how to replace emotional weapons with emotional wisdom. So listen, when you come into a relationship and you have all of this trauma from your childhood, trauma from what you saw your parents do or what they didn't do, or you're hurt because of your past relationship. So you come with all of this emotional baggage. And when you come with this emotional baggage, oftentimes you're putting it on the person that you're in the relationship with. And that can be weaponized. Your emotional trauma can feel like a weapon towards the person you're in the relationship with. And so until you begin to heal, until you work through forgiveness and healing, you're going to struggle in having a healthy relationship. So we often think that arguing means passion, right? And excitement, right? And we think drama means love. But in deciding to love, we teach that safety, calm, and respect are the real foundations of intimacy. When you can love and respect your partner, when you can feel emotionally safe. Because here's the thing, emotional safety is so important. Oftentimes people look at other things when it comes to picking up a spouse. They're like, oh, what do you look physically, and how much money you have, and what do you do? When all of that stuff means nothing if you can't be emotionally safe with that person. If you struggle with emotional safety, they can have the money, they can have the looks and all of that. But your spirit, your soul will never be at peace in that relationship. It will never be at peace or at calm in that relationship if you are lacking emotional safety. So until you get to a place where you can feel emotionally safe with that person, you're going to have an issue when it comes to connecting and when it comes to thriving in a long-term, healthy, happy relationship. So again, in this book, I'm just going to read it again, a quick quote from the book. I realized that my past trauma was one of the main reasons my mind was so focused on everything my husband wasn't doing right. Those past traumas were blocking me from receiving and enjoying the blessings. The truth is, even if you are surrounded by all the love, joy, and health and peace you could ever desire, but you are filled with pain, hurt, and resentment, your life experience will feel void of all the present blessings in your life. So I want to encourage you to do the work. I want to encourage you to do the emotional healing, heal yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And really work on you, because a lot of times when you're dealing with all of this pain and trauma, it's easy to blame the other person and to feel like it's their fault because they're not doing enough, because they're not loving you the way you need to be loved or treating you the way you feel you need to be treated. But first you want to start with yourself. Start with loving and treating yourself the way you should be treated. Start with nurturing yourself. As you do this is going to impact your relationship. So I just want to encourage you to keep growing, keep thriving. And if you are in a frustrating, painful relationship, you want to go ahead and get this book, Deciding to Love by Patrick and Rainie Howard. We've been married for over 21 years now, and we would love to bless you with the book. Go to RainieHoward.com. You can also go to lovebook.store. And if you have any questions you would like me to answer some of your relationship questions, go ahead and send me a message. Go to RainieHoward.com. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode.